All right, November 16th, here's what we did today. Road to the Revolution, Breaking with Britain. I had students finish up their notes so they can prepare to turn them in. Before I get into that, there is a grade boost opportunity, okay, Ed Puzzle. If you go to Schoology and look for Breaking with Britain Ed Puzzle, there you can, let's see, all you need really is 85%, I think, for an A. And extra credit if you get over, excuse me, if you get over 100, or excuse me, if you get over 85%. Okay, if you get 100%, you get the full extra credit. All right, so check that out. Okay, so today from the rotation, we're looking at the what is that? One, two, three, four. Teacher-led assisted offline learning activity column, 20 minutes, and we successfully identified the four reasons the colonists decided to break with Britain by identifying the arguments made in common sense and the attempts at peace that Congress tried with Britain. Okay, so we got into that and we finished all that up. Okay, so we went over here to look at our notes, and I had them go here and add these four subcategories or subtitles. Okay, under peace rejected, they added the olive branch petition and the king's response, and then under time to part, we added uh, colonial army and Thomas Paine. Okay, now take a look at some of these notes here. You can always pause it and take a look at what we wrote. But really, I want to emphasize two things here. When it comes to the colonial army built confidence for the colonists. Okay, so make sure you include that in the notes and explain why. Okay, explain what George Washington did by going back to Fort Ticonderoga to get those heavy artillery guns to bring them back to Boston as a show of force to really intimidate and um, not, I won't say threaten, but it really intimidate the British soldiers. Okay, because I don't believe there were any shots fired there. But when the British soldiers saw all of those, uh, artillery cannons on the hills of Boston, they thought twice and they knew they would not be successful in trying to, uh, take Boston and for that matter, and take the rest of the colonies as well. It wasn't going to be easy. And then in the second paragraph, it talks about the king's response. Okay. Talks about the king's response. Sorry about that. I'm still here at school. Okay, so in that second paragraph, we see the king's response, and he sees the colonists show of force, so he's going to send his troops along with 12,000 Hessian uh, mercenaries, assassins, okay, and provide and display a show of force of his own. And he gives them directions to go and attack New York City. With that, okay, we see Thomas Paine down here at the bottom, and he starts to talk about um, reasons for independence. Okay, and I circled January 1776 because in the first reading, the first part of the reading, up top, you'll notice that in 1776 January, December, December slash January, the king decides to cut off trade. And as you can see over here, um, that's one of the things, number two, that's one of the things that Thomas Paine includes in this pamphlet, Common Sense, that, despite the king saying that he was going to stop trade with the colonies, it didn't mean the other European countries were going to stop trade. So, in effect, Thomas Paine was sort of implying that we have friends over there. Okay, France and Spain will help us, and other European countries will still continue to trade with us as long as we break from Britain. Okay, so you're going to include those things. Make sure you pause it and take a look at the notes and add them to your focus notes. From there, we looked at revising our notes, and I told the class at this point, you want to make sure that you have all four of the reasons, And if you rewind this video, you'll see the subtitles that ought to give you a hint as to what the 4 reasons are in the colonists finally deciding to break from Britain. Okay, so we highlighted that, circled them, we put numbers next to them to make sure that we had them. And then finally, wrote the summary. Okay, there's a sentence frame at the top. The colonists have decided to break with Britain for the following reasons: first, second, third, fourth. And you put that in, make sure you grammar check it, and that goes at the bottom of your notes. We did the quizzes game after that. If you go to Google Classroom, you'll see the quizzes game for online activity, breaking with Britain, and then the thinking map. Okay, and so since the skill here is cause and effect, we are using a partial multi-flow map, okay, that shows 4 causes. Now, I show you what it should look like. Here, it only has 4 boxes, or excuse me, it only has 3 cause boxes. You need to have 4. And then, of course, the situation is breaking with Britain. What caused the colonists to finally decide, like officially decide, now is the time to break with Britain and claim our independence? Okay, that's what we need. Okay, so there you have it. The end of breaking with Britain. Okay, now before I end this video, if you take a look at the assignment here, you'll notice that it is Chapter 5, Breaking with Britain, Thinking Map. And it says up top, turn in your thinking map on your focus notes, on your copy, for extra credit. Okay, so if you just want to turn in the thinking map, you can. However, if you want the extra credit, turn in the thinking map in your focus notes, and I will accept it. All right. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you soon.